Stanley Ferguson. I grew up in Gillsville, Georgia. I've been there all my life. I learned actually in Daddy's basement. He had us a little wheel down there when probably I was 13, 14 years old. My dad, Bobby Ferguson, he learned most of us, but back then pottery was hard work. It wasn't fun, it was hard work.
We spent the night with a girlfriend, me and my sister both. We all went to school together. And her boyfriend brought two with him when he come up there. And that's how I met Bobby. No, we got the ring in February and we got married April 2nd in '52.
I was born in Gainesville, I guess, I don't remember, but I grew up in Gillsville. That's the only place I've ever been, Gillsville. We had chickens growing up, raised on a farm, and Bobby and Mary is my uncle and aunt. Daddy's brother, older brother. I'd go over to Bobby's son when I was a kid. He always had trucks and hang around there, and Granny lived next door to Bobby, so I'd go over there and eat sweets, pies or something. So he was funny. He was always into something. He just sort of way his laugh. He would, you know. I can't really do it, but it was just way he just would laugh and cut up. But so I went down to Bobby's one day and said, I want to learn how to make some pots, you know, strawberries or whatever. And he kind of laughed and he said, okay, I'll show you how. And
you could watch him make one of them big pieces and then watch him just take a little small piece of clay and what he could do with it. I mean, the stuff he could design and make with it was just unreal.
Well, I'd cut strawberry jars. That's what Harold started making. And Bobby, he made, because we didn't make no face jugs or sometimes in the 80s. One night he was doing something, he was finished something he had made, and I just started fooling around. That's when I started making just little chickens. So that's what I've been making for 40 years, I guess. That's when they put in the paper I was a chicken woman.
Charles H. Ferguson he was born in 1793, and he had several kids, and one of them was William F., which turns out to be, that's my great-great-granddaddy. And then William had Charlie and 4 or 5 girls, and then Charlie had Leonard and Pat. Charlie, he came to Gillsville in 1890 and went to work at the Addington Pottery there in Maysville. And he worked there till 1900, and then he came to Mossy Creek and went to work with Bill Dorsey, where supposedly he made the first face jug that had been made in White County. Yeah, when Charles H., his son William F., they came to Georgia, they made it all the way to what's now Statham in Barrow County. And they set up shop there in 1846. And there was a pottery there till after Charlie died. We didn't know it for a long time that was a pottery, and there's a lot of Fergusons that's down there that's our kinfolks, that most of them we've never even met. Eli married into the Fergusons to start with, and as it broke down, undoubtedly there was so many people died back then. A lot of the women was dying having kids and different reasons, but he ended up marrying 2, and then Charlie, his second wife, he married a Huell, and that even tied us in even more. As Jamie said, the tree did fork. It just don't look like it on paper. My great-granddaddy, Charles P., he died in 1917 when my grandfather was only 8 years old. They say he got shot. He lived for a week or 2 before he died. But some said he was messing with his gun in the house and got shot. Some said he was hunting and he fell over a fence and he got shot. But as far as which one, I don't know for sure, except that he did get some kind of bullet wound in his abdomen. Well, Daddy, he didn't like that straight up spout like they used to all put on them. He wanted it to flare out a little. And he started doing that with all of his stuff. And his Rebecca pictures, nobody can't make one. I mean, I can't, and nobody that I've ever seen tried could, that's got such a small bottom, that large belly in it, and then right back to nothing at the top. And Daddy done them in one piece. He didn't do them in pieces. He made it all in one piece. I guess what I'd rather do with any of them, I'd rather do the chickens. I like playing with the chickens. That's what I prefer to do. But I can't. I got to make the face jugs because that's what everybody's wanting. Yeah. Well, there's some of the big pieces, like that big churn there, from Pat to Eli and a couple of more. You really can't tell definitely which one of them made it. The only thing Pat done different, he would take a chip. That's what we come up to size with. He would do the inside of a churn if he was making a churn. So it would be clean and smooth for people to use it and not hard to wash it. But he would smooth the inside of his churns. My daughter Jamie, she's making pottery. Earl, he has a daughter that wants to make it. She's trying. And then I have a sister, Darlene. She has two boys, Charlie and Austin. Both of them are making small pieces now and selling them. So they're gonna be in it too. Everybody wants to stay kinda like the one before them, but they don't want it to be so much alike that you say, hey, I know this might be Bobby's when I made it. I want it enough different that I can tell mine. But some of the things, his roosters and different things, I want them to be enough like his that they know it's a Ferguson.